Hey, what is going on, all you fantastic, amazing people and fellow Fallout fans? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I want to talk about how patch 13, in my personal experience, is absolutely amazing, and I think it is a huge step in the right direction for Bethesda Game Studios. Now, before anybody says anything, I want to say that I know patch 13 did bring some drama. I know a lot of people are upset with the Atomic Shop right now, and people are upset with Bethesda Game Studios for adding the refrigerator and the robot collectors to the Atomic Shop. I understand that people are upset about that, and I am as well. My opinion on those two things are completely different than my opinion on the entirety of patch 13. If you want to see my opinion on the robot collectors and you want to see my opinion on the refrigerators, I had a video talking about that yesterday, and that's on the channel if you want to go ahead and look for it. All you have to do is go to my most recent videos and you'll see it there. Super easy to find. With that being said, I want to talk about patch 13 and how, in my personal experience, is absolutely amazing and a huge step in the right direction for Bethesda Game Studios. Now, we're not going to be reading the entire patch notes because we are going to be reading patch notes in this video, but I will be reading patch highlights, and I'll kind of put a slideshow of the whole patch notes in the background, and you guys could go ahead and check that out for yourself. But patch 13 came out yesterday, and Bethesda Game Studios also released on falloutbethesda.net the patch notes for patch 13, and they are titled and say this: Fallout 76 patch 13 notes, September 10th, 2019. We're releasing patch 13 today, which brings quality of life improvements to the event system with public events. It also adds the Morgantown nuclear winter map, design and balance changes, another large wave of bug fixes, and much more to 76. Read on to catch the patch notes for today's update. So, going on, it talks about patch highlights. Public events. Select events are now public events and have received quality of life improvements, including free fast travel, no more drop junk on death in adventure mode, additional details on the map, and more. I have to say, public events, in my opinion, are really good right now. I have not been to one public event that has had less than maybe 3 or 4 players. I noticed that a lot more people are playing public events because public events are essentially a lot less now. There's like one almost every hour on the server, and yeah, that's a little bit annoying. I can't choose the public event I want. It's kind of randomized, and and there's less of them. You can't complete them back to back to back anymore. But there are still events on the map to complete, plenty of them, and there's still plenty of stuff to do in Fallout 76, even though that certain events are now public events. And the public events are really fun. The server pretty much gets together and completes it, and it's a really good time. And it's a real good feeling to see the community come together to do these public events. And when you play them, it's really fun because you get to play with other people. The free fast travel is amazing. No more drop junk when you die in adventure mode is really cool. I absolutely hated when I would go in to help out at a public event, and then I would get killed because the enemies gang up on me or something happens, and then somebody takes all my junk just because I was trying to help. That sucks. So no more drop junk on death in adventure mode. I think that's really cool as well. Also, it does give you some additional details on the map, like how many players are there, how long the event's been started, and stuff like that, which I think is really cool. Going on, it talks about design and balance updates. Energy weapons now benefit from armor penetration. We've increased Vault 94 mission XP rewards. The Purveyor has a few new legendary weapons in her arsenal. We've added small backpacks, among other changes. Gotta say, design and balance changes are always welcome, and they're always needed because they always need to tweak stuff for Fallout 76 since they do still have some problems with design and balance. So I'm really excited about these design and balance changes because there's a lot of them, and you guys will see them later on in the patch notes, but I won't be reading them. Nuclear Winter, new map, Morgantown. Continued your quest to become the overseer of Vault 51 in Morgantown, featuring diverse terrain and new enemy creatures to overcome. I gotta say that the new map is fun. It's a nice breath of fresh air for Nuclear Winter players. I don't play Nuclear Winter all the time like I used to, but there are some times when I'm playing Fallout 76 and I kind of want to change the pace up. I'll hop over to Nuclear Winter, and with the new map, it's really nice. Going on, it talks about global matchmaking. We've implemented matchmaking improvements so that you can compete against overseer candidates from around the world. I gotta say, the global matchmaking improvements to Nuclear Winter are really good as well, and a huge quality of life improvement. Going on to Nuclear Winter, new limited time rewards. We've added 6 new Morgantown themed rewards you can unlock for free by completing Nuclear Winter challenges. Personally, I'm not somebody who goes for challenges. I really don't care about, the theme stuff and unlocking rewards. But for those of you who do care about that, you can get some limited time rewards, which is really cool. The patch version, just going to read this real quick. Download size for this update will be less than 7 GB for consoles and 1.5 gigs for PC. And then you have the patch version numbers there if that is something you care about. Now, I'm not going to be reading all this stuff. I will be reading general update. So yeah, general updates. Please note, as part of today's maintenance, we have deployed a fix for the power armor system that will unstack cases that were never meant to stack. This issue affected approximately 9% of characters. I actually lost a level 70 character to that, so I'm really glad to see they fixed it. With this change, some players may notice the following upon initial login after the patch. Some additional empty cases may appear in the character's inventory, stash, or both. Power armor may have been unequipped and moved into the character's inventory. Additionally, we are still actively working to address the control lock that can occur when exiting power armor and plan to release a hotfix as soon as possible once we are confident that our fix will fully resolve this issue. Thank you for your continued patience. I have to say, that's really cool as well. I'm really glad to see this power armor glitch fixed. The one that they talk about, 9% of characters affecting, that affected me months ago. Lost a level 70 character, deleted it, and now they're coming out with a fix for it. Yeah, I'm glad to see that got fixed, because that did suck to run into. Going on to public events, you guys could go ahead and read this trail for you if you want. I already kind of talked about this. They also did some amazing UI improvements if you want to read those for yourself. Right there. Mechanic changes if you want to read those for yourself. They are right here on screen right now. They did a lot of design and balance updates, like I did say. Those were really cool as well and really nice. You also had a quest and events little update and fix. The Atomic Shop, you had some stuff added to the Atomic Shop, like the collection station and refrigerators. You see that under new utility items. I gotta say, these 2 items are pretty good. I'm upset that they added them to the Atomic Shop, but I understand that they're a business. They need to make money in order to make all the Fallout 76 content, like quest and updates, free for years to come. So I understand why they charge for something like this. I just wish they wouldn't have charged for something like this and just kept, the Atomic Shop cosmetics only. But the collection station is really good, sends out a little protection that'll gather scrap or junk for you, which is really nice. It doesn't gather too much at a time, so that's just FYI if you do decide to buy it. The refrigerator is really nice, only holds up to 15 items, so keep that in mind before you buy that as well. And all the refrigerators does is makes the food spoil really slow. You can see on there it says slow their spoilage rate by 50%, which is pretty neat. You also had the new camp decor wallpapers, which are really cool. The modify menu can now be used to apply a wide variety of wallpapers to walls in the player's camp. Wallpapers can be unlocked in the Atomic Shop. I can't tell you how annoying and how ugly the walls are in Fallout 76, especially when you're building your base, and it's just nice to have some wallpapers, so those were a really welcome change in my opinion. White picket fences, you had some user interface stuff that was fixed as well. When it comes to Nuclear Winter updates, obviously the new Morgantown map, new limited time rewards like we talked about, also the global matchmaking challenges. You also had some items in there, as well as some perks. You had some sound fixes as well, which is really nice. And then you go on to the bug fixes, and Bethesda Game Studios just did a great job at patching a lot of bugs that have been plaguing the game for a long time. You see art and graphic fixes. You see camp crafting and workshop fixes. You see challenge fixes, item fixes, a bunch of quest and event fixes, you see some performance and stability fixes, some for sound, along with user interface, also some world fixes. You also had some nuclear winter bug fixes, which always need to be fixed. Nuclear winter is still a fresh game mode, still has its fair share of problems, so it's really nice to see that that's getting fixes all around. And yeah, anyways, yeah, gotta say that patch 13 did a lot for Fallout 76. I didn't want to go over it in too much detail because there's a lot of stuff that it did, and you guys probably read that for yourself. Really nothing that I wanted to point out. The bug fixes, Bethesda Game Studios just did a really good job with it, and I'm really happy to see the bug fix. You also had some nuclear winter bug fixes, which were really cool, and the public event system I really enjoy, I really like, because when I go to a public event now, I know I'm not going to be alone. There's at least one person there, 2 people there, 3 people there, and it kind of brings the community and the servers together, and it's just really awesome. Everybody's teaming up, you know, to achieve a common goal, and it's really cool, and it's really fun that way. Yeah, it sucks that I can't complete public events back to back anymore. It sucks that I can't choose them, but to be honest, I love the public event system the way it is now than it was before, and I really like the fixes, including free fast travel, no more drop junk on death when you are in adventure mode, and additional details on the map and more before you actually go to the quest itself. Design and balance updates were really good as well, and obviously the nuclear updated changes are welcome as well. I gotta say, patch 13 was really good in my opinion, and is a huge step in the right direction for Bethesda Game Studios. I noticed that this patch 13 did not bring any major bugs, issues, or glitches in my experience, and from what I've read on Reddits and forums and stuff like that, patch 13 didn't bring anything crazy, bug, glitch, or anything like that wise. Fallout 76 still has a fair share of problems and it's not fixed, but if Bethesda Game Studios continues to release updates like this, I'm pretty sure within a year or so we're going to have a pretty amazing game on our hands. Patch 13 is absolutely amazing and I love it, yeah. Anyways, love you all. Hope to see you guys back here in the next one. But until then, remember, stay freaky, and bye bye everybody. Thank you for watching, and I will see all of you next time. Have a good one.